All right, good morning from West Tennessee. This video is going to start very similar to our last one. If you watch that one, you'll be treating a couple of cows for pinkeye. Just two this morning. You can see we got a couple of pretty nice ones in terms of pretty bad, really, I should say, on pinkeye. This one looks even worse. Thankfully, both these girls, their right eyes are fine. I think it's been the left eye on a lot of these cows. I've just had one, so yeah, it kind of begs the question, what's going on with the left eyes primarily? But yeah, get those two treated. I was planning on doing this really a little later on today, but as I was down here feeding horses and whatnot this morning, they came up. So opportunity presented itself, went ahead and got them caught. Get them a dose of antibiotic and turn back out. And got a lot of other little things we need to get done today. So we'll move on and see what else we can get accomplished. Really nice this morning. I believe it was about 55 degrees. So getting into late June in West Tennessee, that is unusual. Unfortunately, when this cold front kind of came through, or started a couple of days ago, we did not get the rain that came with it. But, you know, that's the way it is sometimes. All right. Easy, girl. Give her that shot. Walk on in there, big girl. Walk on in there, big girl. All right, baby. Stick your head up there. I know you can't see out of the side. Come on. There you go. Good deal. Yeah, that eye right there may look worse than the first one. Again, if it is salvageable, thankfully that eye is perfectly fine. If that eye does end up being salvageable, it's probably gonna have a pretty nasty scar on it. But try to get her treated, get her some relief. All right, so I got those two treated. Got those two turned back out. Sadie laying there oblivious to the 1,200-pound animals walking around her. But, so got that done. I think that's all the actively, you know, bad eyes that we're dealing with. So fingers crossed we don't run into a lot more of those in the next few days. So now, we need to run, check on stocker calves up the road. And then we got to run pick up some beef. Of course, we had those 7 steers we fed out this past winter, and just took the last one to be processed about 2.5 weeks ago. So he's ready to be picked up. Actually, he's the one that we're keeping for ourselves. Had the other 6 we dropped off and delivered to be processed for customers. But yes, we're gonna have some fresh beef put in the freezer, but get that done, and then need to get back to clipping some pasture, I imagine. All right, so just pulling up here, check on these stocker boys. We'll get a head count on them, see if everybody's here. Looks like most of them are. Some are down the hill over there grazing, I have seen. But starting to warm up now. Sun's getting up. You can see, I'll give you an example here. We are dry right now. Really getting pretty dry, especially for us, and compared to the last few years. We've been really blessed with all the rain. I was kind of getting to thinking, it's June 23rd. We haven't had any measurable rainfall in the month of June. I think you go back to like the 27th of May was the last, you know, significant rain we had. And kind of to make it a little worse, I guess, what, 2 days ago, Monday, we were at like a 90+% chance of rain. This cold front that moved through, that brought us these nicer temperatures, and it just missed us. I mean, it rained all around us, but we got a few drops of rain, nothing measurable. But anyway, we're not just desperate for rain, but go another week or two, we'll kind of start easing into that territory. But anyway, get these boys counted, see if everybody's here, got a little feed to throw out for them, and then we're gonna head go pick up that beef. And I don't know then what we're gonna do. Get those cows moved to Sudex at home. They'll be excited to do that, I do believe. So counted just 55 that came up to the feed bunks, which means we have 18 more. I think there's, like I said, a couple down the hill there, but it wasn't 18. So need to see if we can find a few others. Don't always find them all every day, but we just moved pastures a couple of days ago. I'd like to get them all confirmed in this pasture so we can shut off the grates and keep them isolated just to these pastures for the next week or so. Looks like there's 7 more, so down to what's that make us? 62, so I need 11. Still looking for 11. And looks like, and there's one in the woods over there, so 6 more right here puts us at what's that, 67. So we're getting there. Now we're looking for 6 more, maybe a couple more over there in the woods. But yeah, it's annoying when they won't stay all grouped up like this. Just harder to put a head count on them. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're officially down to 1 calf that we were missing. I actually think I know exactly which one it is. It's number 38 that has so much white on him. You know, he kind of unique, sticks out. And he's one that has had a sore foot. So we're gonna go ahead and shut those gates. I'm gonna assume he is in here with them somewhere, just laid up. Nice thing about knowing exactly which one we're short is that really for the next few days we'll just be on the lookout for him. Obviously we'll want to check, make sure the bulk of the others are doing well, but yeah, it's just kind of annoying that they're not all grouped together. But I don't want to underestimate or undersell how nice it is to have these cooler temperatures. The rain would be nice, but simply with it cooling down, it's keeping these boys on their feet, or at least it should be, keeping them up and grazing more throughout the day rather than being, you know, lounging around in the shade, fighting the flies. This time of year, this is really, I guess, you know, the dog days of summer that we're heading into is when they don't seem to gain a lot. They're not eating a lot, you know, which makes sense. It's just so daggum hot and humid. So when we do get these little breaks, and hey, looky here, there he is. He's actually moving pretty good as he runs away from Sadie there. But so that is all 73 head. Oh yeah, he's moving fine right now. I won't say he's 100% sound, but looks really good. So good, that's all 73 accounted for this morning. And yeah, there's the rest of those boys go off over there to graze. But yeah, this grass in here is holding out really well, which they've only been back in here for a couple of days. We did clip this off. I guess last week I clipped all this, but anyway, now we're gonna go get the truck, load up some coolers, and go pick up some beef. All right, so a slight little change of plans, or at least change in order of plans. Go back here to the house. The cows were right there nearby, so gonna go ahead and move them to the Sudex, the sorghum sudangrass. You can see, you know, some of it coming up here where we had just dropped the planter and planted our way out. Oh yeah, look at them. They are excited about new grass. They're always excited about new pasture no matter what. But again, we planted this a month ago, basically. I think the 22nd, 23rd of May, and today's the 23rd of June. So that right there, cows and belly deep grass, is what it is all about as a cattle slash grass farmer. But see, it did really good. It's up, you know, getting pretty tall. Sunn hemp is really coming on. Sunn hemp did much better this year with the drill than it did last year with that no-till seeder. But Oh yeah, that's a good image right there. Right there in belly deep grass. Get over here. I'm actually gonna shut this gap. Keep them in this pasture. The bottom out there, or the bigger part of the bottom, I guess it's all creek bottom. The ground over here just seems like it's a little better. Just a little taller, a little more of a jump out here. But get this shut, keep them shut out of there for a week or so. Then let them graze that next, keep them rotated. All right, and this gate, or what I grew up calling a gap, you know, just a wire gate essentially. Pulled this over here. But something I had never seen until we went out west and had been doing some mule deer and elk hunting is one of these latches like this. It's really pretty nice. Helps pull it real nice and tight. But it's a good cheap way to have a gate, especially across a big wide opening like this. We had knocked that wider opening out right here whenever we were row cropping this bottom, somewhere where we'd get the combine through without having to take the header off and whatnot. All right, so yeah, these gals and Blueberry, don't want to leave him out, and the calves should be very content for a while. Good grazing. Say the Sudex came up really well. Of course, we got a lot of other grasses. Still got some clover hanging on in here too that we didn't kill with our burn down, but yeah, they should be very content out here for a while now. In fact, okay, there's Blueberry. Let's say I don't even see him, but there's probably a few still up the hill there. We'll run them out in here. But yeah, that was one of the main things we wanted to get done today. You can see in spots like out here, we didn't get much stand at all, and I don't know. Another one of the reasons why we're probably gonna be done messing with the annuals. As nice as it looks in spots, then you got these other places where it just really didn't make much of a stand. So, but these other grasses, there's a lot of barnyard grass in there. They catch it while it's still good and tender, small. It makes pretty decent forage. Another reason we wanted to go ahead and get them turned in here, we could have held them off up for a little longer, but go ahead before these other grasses get out of control. Still palatable, but all right, now let's go pick up some beef, unless something else comes up between now and my walk to the truck, which it very well may. Yeah, this is definitely one of the more exciting, fun days of the year. You know, when we have that crop that we have planted, that grass that we have grown, you know, turning these cows out here doing what God really intended for a ruminant to do, which is turn grass and forage into energy. And so I certainly don't have a problem with putting cattle on feed. Still got a little mineral in that feeder there. We'll grab a bag either this afternoon. We come out here and check them, or tomorrow. But grass is so tall and this morning dew, I'm getting pretty wet. Trying to find a spot where it's not quite so tall to walk out. The challenge. A good problem to have. But yeah, I mean, taking that grass, turning it into something valuable. That's what it's all about. Turn a little sunshine into beef, essentially. But yeah, that right there, you know, it's, I don't know, all the cliches, it's the little things in life, it's the simple things. But that right there, just taking this land that the Lord has blessed us with, being able to utilize it, to turn it into something of value, to be able to feed. Oh, got a little baby. Your mama's out there. Oh, we ain't gonna bother you. But if I can not drop the camera, turning it into something that's gonna help feed the world. Or at least a few people here in my community. But it's therapeutic to me. Nothing better, especially you get out here early in the morning, nice day, cool day like today when temperatures are really favorable. Just listen to those cows munch that grass. I don't know, maybe I'm turning into a hippie or softy, something, as I near 40, but that's fun. That's what it's all about. A few spring calves, some of our baldies there. Trying to pick around at the crumbs. All right, so we made it back from the processor, and you'll see Brittany got relegated to the back seat back there with Sadie because they have probably 100+ pounds of ground beef, or not ground beef, but beef in general, riding shotgun because as usual, I didn't take enough coolers. This boy was pretty big, 802 pounds hanging weight or carcass weight. Got these 6 coolers back here full as well, but it was actually our biggest steer of the year on carcass weight. I think our weights ranged from 690 to 802 was his exact hanging weight, so pretty big. But we're gonna get that unpacked, get it in the freezer, and I'm trying to think. I don't even know what we'll have to do after that, but yeah, take a look at that. Show you what that beef looks like, you know, just in terms of volume. It should be on 802 pounds, should be a little over 500 pounds of actual meat making it into the freezer. But anyway, we're gonna get the garage open and get that unloaded. So I apologize for the little bit of a mess here in our utility room. Just want to give you an idea of what a half carcass of beef looks like. So this is just half of that animal. So 400 pounds worth of carcass weight. I weighed all the meat, just using the bathroom scale. Came out to about 240 pounds. So right at 60% yield, you know, going from carcass weight to actual meat in the freezer. But ground beef right here that's stacked 2 rows deep. More ground beef down there. That's actually deer summer sausage. So all our steaks, which that's ribeyes, sirloins, T-bones, and round steaks. Look at these T-bones. Just massive. Ribeyes. In fact, I'm probably gonna go ahead and set those out to thaw for tonight. And then all our roast, chuck roast, shoulder roast, rump roast, sirloin tip roast. There is a brisket, actually did keep a brisket out of him. But yeah, that is what it looks like. So, gonna have some ribeyes ourselves tonight. All right, so tractor's getting a little low on fuel. See if I can get the fuel tank up here on the truck. It actually has just a little bit of diesel in it, so this might be more of a challenge than it even typically is, but let's see if we can accomplish this without another set of hands. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, so got the mower greased, even though we haven't put that many hours on it. I just want, always a good idea to check those sorts of things. Gearboxes are good on oil, as they all should be. It is brand new, essentially. Run it for about 6 or 8 hours. Let's see if this air conditioner is gonna work, or if we're gonna need to do some jostling around with it like we did last time to make it blow cold air. See if I can tell. Wasn't wearing my gloves at one point whenever I was servicing that mower, so skin a knuckle up. So that's never any fun. Feels cool, it's always hard to tell. First crank it up to actually blowing cold air as your fan is running. Alright, no, the clutch is not engaged, so it's not working. So we're gonna see if we can remedy that. Alright, so as you'll be able to tell, this clutch right here on the front of the compressor is not spinning. Now it is. So, I don't know what that means. I know it means it's working now. It should be blowing cold air. I don't know what it means as far as what's actually wrong. I don't necessarily recommend anyone doing that. But as a kind of a stopgap to get us by until I can get a professional to look at this, that works to get us cold air blowing. So again, do not recommend that at all. I would I'd say that'd be a way to potentially lose a finger. But we got it turning now. It is engaged. You can see it is spinning there. So we'll see if we can keep it running. So far in the past, once we get it going, it keeps going. So we'll get this screen put back up there, just like so. And then we're gonna get to mowing. And cold air is indeed blowing, so we're in good shape. Here's yet another example of a water bottle, whatever, that this cup holder is completely worthless for. Kubota, this tractor is 7 or 8 years old, so surely by now on your later models you have fixed that, but this has got to be the most awful, worthless cup holder you could have ever placed in any kind of vehicle. It won't hold any coffee cup, any bottled water. I guess I have not tried to put a canned drink in it, but it's so shallow it wouldn't even matter if it fit in there good. I mean, the bottle of water fits in there good. You can see I'm not even moving in that thing. I mean, thank God it's got a top, or otherwise it would be spilled in no time. But probably the biggest complaint I have about this tractor, other than me having to do some redneck engineering to get the air conditioner to work every time I start it. But that I think is something that just went wrong after the fact. This right here on the cup holder is just a terrible design. So I don't know. The deal breaker whenever I went from my old tractor to this one was my new one. This one had to have a buddy seat or an instructional seat because the kids with me so often. The next time I trade, it's going to be based on the cup holder probably. If it doesn't have a decent cup holder, it's no deal for me. But we're going to get to rolling. As we get moved back here to this pasture that haven't been clipped, we'll obviously point out these are very much first world problems, as we're talking about on my 2 biggest complaints being the air conditioning and then the cup holder on the tractor. So I can assure you that 25 or so years ago when I was first cutting my teeth in the hay fields on a 5004, a 656 International, 1066 International, and 9600 Ford tractor, all open station thing. I'm trying to think. 2 of those 4 did have canopies, so you at least had a little shade, but air conditioning was not even on the radar, and neither were cup holders. You kept a jug of water and you stuffed away somewhere under the seat, somewhere where it wouldn't fall off, and your air conditioning was dependent on how fast you were moving. So first world problems, but hey, this year 2021, we ought to be able to have some air conditioning, right? All right, so we finally moved into our last pasture on this farm. Just making our first couple of rounds. Not gonna get done today though. I figured I probably got 3 or 4 hours of running in this pasture to get done. We only got about another hour. We have to stop and do softball again, but been a very productive day. We got a couple more cows with pinkeye we got treated. Got those cows moved into the creek bottom ground with that sorghum sudangrass, sunn hemp that we planted about a month ago. We had all the stocker steers confirmed in the pasture where they're supposed to be, so we're able to shut gates and officially have them rotated into that pasture. We got our beef picked up, so done with getting beef processed for this year. I'm gonna enjoy a couple of ribeyes tonight. And now we're getting some pasture clipped, which seems like a never-ending job, but if all goes well, may be able to knock out the last little bit of this farm, getting this clipped this weekend. But as always, we appreciate everybody watching. Give the video a thumbs up. We do appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, we ask you to do so. Leave us a comment too. We read them all. We pretty much respond to them all. If you have a question, comment, suggestion, drop it there below. Again, just appreciate you coming back watching. We just hit 1,000 subscribers just a few days ago, so that's cool. The more people that are watching, the more we're inspired to keep doing this. When we first started making videos, we didn't know if anybody would care to watch what we do around the farm, just everyday stuff for us. But so yeah, really encouraged to see people doing that. But As always, we remind y'all, eat beef and God bless. Have a good one.